Hello. Sorry about that. That took me ages, and I'm actually still not ready because I need a tissue. So, lol. Tricked ya. Oh, I swear I'm slowly falling apart. I probably am. Everybody is in a way. Sorry about that. My nose still feels weird. It took a very opportune moment to do that, actually. Chose a very opportune moment to do that. Oh, sorry about that. Right, hopefully when I highlight this stream, I'll actually cut out that beginning part so that anybody watching back can listen to what I have to say, because I'm going to talk about a bit. I'm not actually going to play today. I'm just going to talk about some stuff, future intentions with this track, and with streams and stuff. So it will probably be quite vital for most people to hear. So I'm going to cut all that shit out at the beginning. First of all, let's greet everybody who was here today. Who was here? Let's see. Sean was first. Nice, nice, nice. Joel the Senate. Jake here. Orange Yoshi. Nice. And Lord Soup. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right. I haven't actually looked back at this with my own eyes to see all of the points that went wrong. I haven't actually fully analysed this yet. I literally drove the run, or got the run in the session, sorry, and then recorded the replay afterwards, and was not paying full attention to the replay because I was responding to people already that I was showing with the replay and everything. But it's to try and describe it how I remember. This time, the run itself is actually, it feels about the same as when I actually get a big goal. It achieves 0.3. I've achieved 0.3 in a similar way to most of my other big goals, where there is a mediocre aspect of the track, or below average aspect rather, in the run, that because it was so mediocre, I wasn't expecting it to PB, so therefore lap 3 benefited massively. As you can see, I've already put the splits up on the side. Lap 3 is a 26.023, which is a new best lap 3 for me, which means I think my best lap splits now give 118.216. That's a new best lap 3 for me. But I had an early wide shortcut on lap 3. So that 26.023 is not just a new best lap 3, but it could, at the very most, have been a mid 25.9. if I played it well enough. I still haven't looked back at the lap correctly, but I remember that bit specifically standing out for me. And lap 1's alright. Lap 2 obviously is the mediocre part, as you can see. But other than the run, the time itself is good. If anybody remembers, when I started working on this for this year, this was my target to try and beat by the end of this year. This was 10th European before Scorpion Fatality played it, and I managed to get that. Only 2 milliseconds ahead of it, but it counted. It counts to me. Oh yeah, we got Jake still, who's 2 milliseconds ahead. There's a 2 millisecond difference actually between us, I think. Yeah. That's actually kind of cool. I didn't notice that yet. But still. I beat that. That was my target for the end of the year, so I'm more than satisfied to get this as the time because it beats that time. So there you go. Then there's this. People know that I was trying to beat this for ages because this was a very significant time. This was a former world record, one of the very first, if not the first world record I'd seen and downloaded for this track back in the day. And up until, I think, 2015-16, this record was joint 10th worldwide. And 2016 was when I fully started going hardcore on this track. So it's a very significant time, and I've now overtaken this. So it's good. We have Bint's time, and we have Bag of Shit. There we go. Now, while I still have everybody's attention, there are 2 little Easter eggs that I put into the stream that nobody noticed. First of all, the me character glasses. Since I got 0.4, I had been changing them on the Miis, and no one has taken any notice. Every time I got a PB, I changed them. Except I forgot to here. But yeah, every time I got a PB, I changed the colour of the glasses. The other one, and Sean's favourite, is our beautiful and favourite on-stream rabbit. No one got this. No one saw this change. Or even pointed it out. Where the fuck is my mouse? There we go. Behind the flag! Floopy was behind the flag on the splits all the time. Or at least most of the time. You can see a little eye just between that the gap between the 5 and the flag there. Wait, where is she there? So I don't know if you can see that change just happening on the stream, just in the very left-hand side. Yeah, you can see that, right? She was there all along. No one got it. I am better than you. Ha! Idiots. Right, no. In all seriousness. Sorry. But yeah, that's my impressions of it at the moment. Let's take a look. Some more people came in there while I was rambling. Let's see. Hello, Logan. Thank you. I was gonna look into re-downloading Minecraft again. I haven't played it since like 2014 or 15 though, so I am rusty with a capital X. Don't know if I will actually play tomorrow though. I might just try and get it set up. Though it is Bradley's birthday, we can't forget that as well, so. But yeah. I'm also more into building, so I'd like to try and get back into figuring out how to build stuff again and maybe build some houses or stuff, so that'd be cool. And it'll be a refreshing look to play with new people to see the ways that how can I put it? Because I've only played with, I think, 2 or 3 people in the past when I played Minecraft back in secondary school. It'll be a refreshing outlook to play with new people who I've never played the game with before and like build structures and things, because people are going to have like a different sort of creative outlook on things. Compare mine to yours. I'll get to that in a minute. Hello, Fatality. Thank you. Thank you. What on earth are you doing, Sean? Penguin suit? What, did the petition get 100 signatures? Did Jacob fucking make 1 billion accounts and just sign that petition? Bastard. I got a lot of stuff to teach you then. I just figured out my birthday gift for Bradley. I'm gonna buy him Minecraft. He's gonna hate you. He's gonna really hate you. No? I said if I beat this first for my first .3. If I beat this for my first .3 and Chris was willing to buy the penguin suit, then I would play the penguin suit game thing with the penguin suit on, and I would have the photo shoot and with the webcam on and everything. Chris was the one that said that, but I did not agree to it, so nope, you are wrong. Not happening, actually. Unless the petition gets all the signatures legitimately. Sorry to get your hopes up, and fuck you, nose. I wish I just didn't have a nose. I wish I just had like a, you know, just a flat flab of skin where you absorb things through your face instead, rather than just, you know, like a fucking ugh. You know what I'm saying? Right, anyways. I'm going to take a look back at it. It's a mess, but it's worth taking a look at. Rip your message. Hello, Griffin. I did not see you there. I do apologise. What did you say? Where did you come in from? I can't even see where you were. What? Scrolling all the way to the top. Trying to look as close as possible. Oh my god, you were like just in after Lord Soup. I apologise, Griffin. Thank you for the congrats. Anyway, you're just in time to watch the run back as I drove it against Tyler's 088. I've not looked at this back properly yet, so this will be interesting. So the beginning was average. Triple mini turbo was average. Hairpin was good. Shroom was a disaster. That was good for me. That was a little late. I didn't do that correctly. Triple was not great. Hairpin was alright. Shroom was alright. That's probably the best shroom you get in the run. That was late. That was late. That was good. It's probably the best I've done that, actually. That was good. This was tight. I clipped the dirt a little bit there though, so it did slow me down a bit. This was good. And then the shroom. Early wide shroom. Clip the dirt. That was okay for what it was worth. And then that was the best that it was. In the whole run. Yeah, the lap 3 could have been a 25.95 at most, I think. I should do this the other way around. I think. So I've not seen any of these comparisons. I've not compared it, so what you see on stream is me witnessing it for the first time, other than against Tyler, obviously. This was the former PB, the 412. Let's see how much of a 0.3 this was going to be and how this stacks up as my final 0.3. There you go. The obvious mistake is highlighted with the shroom. So this lap 1 is going to be slightly quicker, even with that weird alignment there. This lap 1 is going to absolutely demolish it. Although it didn't have a great triple. I was about slightly better, I think. Much better shroom. Much better ending. Hello, Red Yoshi. Lockdown 2 is going to be a thing, yeah, on Thursday, so it makes no difference to me because I've stayed at home since March anyways. Oh yeah, and you can really see how much this lap 3 just demolishes on that. It's a pretty decent cut, time cut between 2 times actually. Let's see. In comparison. Triple was barely better. That shroom was a disaster. I think if there's one aspect that I really despise of in this entire run, it was that shroom on lap 1. Shroom on lap 3 wasn't great at all, but the shroom on lap 1 just upsets me. But like I said, I'm more satisfied with the time that I got rather than the actual thing. Here I go ham on lap 3. This is the best lap 3. Still has a disgusting shroom. Not as bad as lap 1 though, but it was clean. I had no nerves because of lap 2. It's a common theme when I finally get that. The shroom was early, Jake. That's why I commented back to you on Discord saying that thing, because you said you lost the PB to like an early shroom on lap 3. And I got a best lap split on lap 3 with an early shroom. What should we compare to now? My favourite out of the lot. Nubu-woo. Let's go. We'll go up the list, shall we? I think I'll actually do a live replay against Nobuo if it's interesting enough. But I have not seen it yet, so we'll see. He's obviously going to demolish me at the beginning here. And then off he goes. He released that so early. So much better at the beginnings than me, but everything else is just yeah. Surely he's not going to be behind me after this lap. Okay, yeah, thought so. I make that all up again? Oh, Jesus Christ. That triple hit the dirt in 2 places. It was a little too tight, actually. But it was the best I've ever had on a lap 3, so I'd certainly take it. I thought that would be the way that I beat him. So this is most likely going to be the comparison in the video when I get around to recording it. I hate that shroom so much. That was the better shroom of the lot by far, but I went wide out of the exit for some reason. I must have not been fully holding right. I almost lost it. Very nearly lost that whole thing. It's a closer ending than I thought it was. I thought that I'd be ahead of him by a lot, shroom and then lose a bit of time, but then just still be like ahead. Right. Have to do Thomas. I have to do it from my perspective first, because this was my overall target for the beginning of this year. So we need to see how that worked out for me. This would be 10th European if Fatality and Scorpy didn't play the track. And this would be the comparison if that was indeed the truth. But hey ho, certainly not off the out of the question now. Ugh. Actually outdriving him more than Nobuo, which is interesting. That was a weird triple. Come on, he can't be... Okay, good. Thomas must have a better lap 3 than Nobuo, but it's still slower than mine. He has like an 04 something, doesn't he? Nobuo has an 05. It's my boost panel alignment again, that's what gave it. Yeah. I just hit like a pixel or two more than the boost of the boost panel. And Thomas did. That should be a really interesting comparison with Rainier, I think. Oh, he messed up that bit. I didn't even notice he did that. That should be a really interesting comparison between me and Rainier, because I'm pretty sure Rainier, he beat Nobuo's Ghost with the 369. And he was out driving Nobuo for a lot of the time. Which means I think he was going to actually... In comparison to this PB, he would actually be ahead for the most part. This was a really decently driven run, I think, for the most part, except for that exit shroom. And he's going too far to the left as well. A little bit more of that boost panel. That's all it took. Right. Now let's take a look at probably the most messy comparison. Both me and Jake's runs are all over the place, if I remember correctly. Oh god, early shroom versus late shroom is not a very pleasant thing to witness. Jake's probably going to be ahead of me ending this lap, isn't he? There we go, off he goes, surely. Yeah. This is going to probably be the most interesting lap out of the lot. That was slightly too far to the left, I think. Well, apparently, according to the name tags, Jake lost that. Let's see, from this perspective. And a better ending. Weirdly, my introduction was better there. At least it was for the first lap. Interesting. Did the laps, the name tag entirely different there? Right, so a few more. Obviously, I still would like to go for a 118, a low 118.3. I'd like to beat this, because that is currently 10th European on this track. Considering that if that's 10th, that's 11th, then I now technically have 12th European, which isn't too bad. Of course, no one's going to care about it, because it's not in the top 10, but still, it has to be something to care about, right? Let's see how much distance I need to make up, literally, in comparison to Jimbo's time. This is comfortably within the vicinity of mine still. I don't expect this lap 1 to have done very well ahead of him, against him, actually. So I think I've probably... Do I pass ahead of him again? Surely I don't keep that. Yeah, there you go. I don't think I catch up to him again after this lap. If this is somehow a European tops fail, I am gonna be annoyed, and everybody else is as well, because that means I gave away the penguin suit thing. Neck and neck. Oh my god. Okay, maybe it was, because Jimbo hit the turn on the hairpin, and if I got an actual decent shroom, I might. Okay. That would have been a really good lap 3 then. Ah, yeah. So me mistiming the shroom me doing the shroom would have either made or broke the European tops. That's insane. I didn't think that lap 3 was that strong. So, now time to, I guess, talk a little bit more about the future of this track. So obviously, I would like to beat this time because it's 10th European. And this was also for a while I was playing this track, the UK record for a little bit until Luke came along here. If Scorpion Fatality didn't play this track, then the time that I got now would technically be 3rd UK, but it meant that I didn't have to change the number on my little splits chart thing over here, so I'm not too fussed. If I do ever beat this, I'd get into 4th, which would be nice, and I'll have the fastest .3 in the UK. Main idea for progressing on this track actually is to actually play against this run that Luke set, which I've mentioned it hundreds of times already, but just in case anybody doesn't know. This time was the first time that Luke set, or at least the first PB that Luke set, using Daisy on the mock bike, which also used the triple mini turbo. So it's arguably the first Daisy mock bike triple mini turbo run set. And yeah, after a long time off from this track for the rest of this year, I'm gonna come back and play against this Ghost, and maybe in the long run beat it. Who knows? Let's take a look and see how my driving compares against this Ghost already, because I did used to play against that Ghost of Luke's back when I had like a 118.8 or 118.7, if anybody remembers that at all. But of course, Tyler's 088 is probably going to have changed the way that I do that. It is an impressive feat nonetheless, for sure. It's definitely, it's always further than I've ever expected I'd go. Now that shroom, Luke's shroom on that lap 1 was not good either. So if my lap 1 shroom was behind him there, then I know it's atrocious. Weirdly enough, my lap 2 triple was better than his. And obviously he's going to gain quite a bit at the ending here. Let's see. If you fucking overtake him, I'm going to be annoyed, because this could have been at the most a 0.2 fail. Better triple mini turbo than him at least. It is close. But the shroom got me back there. It's the closest I've ever been to that time, though. Even back when I was racing against Luke's 308, I didn't think I'd have... I'll be this close to him ever, so that's pretty good. I'm happy about that, to say the least. What else? So, in the long run, in the very long run, the very most, at least at this opinion in time, at this position in time, I would like to try and go for a 118.2. Last time I'd actually like to compare against, for this specifically, is Roy's time. Because Roy, like Nobuo's time, and ironically 101 faster than Nobuo's time, is a very significant time in my head. Because this time was once, but back when Nobuo's time was still in the worldwide tops, this time would have been 3rd worldwide, I believe. And to even think that I remotely contend it is obscene. So, I think going for 0.2 is one thing, but I think I might try to beat this time. And we'll see where things go from there. We'll see how this contends with it at the moment. So far, they've stuck pretty close. And then he's going to lose it here, isn't he? There you go. Bye-bye, Roy. I surely don't catch him again after that. That was a late release. I could have released that mini turbo a tiny bit earlier, but I would have gone all the way to the left. And yet I still ended up with a too far to the left angle. Am I going to still cross the line? Barely. Oh my god. go then. So that's that. That's all I have to show. So, the plan for the future of this track for me, although I've kind of scarcely been explaining it throughout most of this, the plan is, well, I've completed my target for this year, which was to beat the 368. Regardless of whether it was the European tops or not, I wasn't expecting it to be beaten, so... But I still stuck with it. I still beat it. With a pretty disgusting run overall, but I still beat it nonetheless. When would you achieve European tops and or point 2? You're asking me to predict the future with that. When would you like to? I don't know. I mean, I would like to right now, to be honest, but I would need to obviously play the track to do that, and I've done my year's worth of playing, I think. I'll be starting to work on it again next year. Whether I'd be able to get it next year or not, I don't know, but that would be, I guess, running in with your question, that would be when I'd like to do it. So yeah, not going to do any more for this year, or at least not the main category with Mock Bike. Might dabble with Shroomless, might dabble with the Bowser Bike, might dabble with some things here and there, but otherwise I am done with this. And by extent, most of my time trialing for this year is complete now too, with this game specifically. I've got other projects that I'd like to work on. First and foremost being my Mario Kart 7 thing. Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely need a break. It's blatant. Yeah, I mean, saying it's... I don't really like setting targets with this. I was really anxious about trying to beat this one, actually. And I got lucky with my first point 3 just barely scraping ahead of it. If that makes any sense. Like, I just kind of try and go with the flow for the most part. But yeah, 2021, I don't know. The projects that I'm going to start working on now are going to carry over into the new year though. So what I would like to do is, first off, I'd like to go back to Mario Kart 7 and finally take care of my one and only time trial target there, which was to basically sub 2 minutes on Melody Motorway. Very easy. Because the earliest world records were like 155, 154 territory, so if I just kind of learn how to play the game at least somewhat decently again, then I could probably achieve that in like a week or so. A more extensive target, not to do with this game at all, and will probably take me up to the end of this year, is 200cc Moo Moo Meadows on Deluxe. I wanted to sub 1 minute there, because our good old friend Unreal, who is too slow to show up here anymore, our good old friend Unreal got a 2 minute sub himself and actually took the 200cc world record briefly in Deluxe, and kind of inspired me to want to play the game like that, so I'm going to give it a shot. But then, coming back to this game, I would assume that would take me all the way up to the beginning of next year. I have 2 targets that I'd like to work on to start off the year before coming back to MC3. Actually 3 technically. And they go as follows. With our Peach thing. Current PB, I would like to at least go for a mid 114. I don't know, Lord Soup, you'd have to help me with this, looking at it. I don't know how long it will take me to kind of get this, but I think it would take at most a week, maybe slightly, not at most a week, at least a week, maybe slightly longer, at most 2 or 3. It's a very basic cut because I don't know this track very well and I'm not too inclined with Spear, but there's certainly a lot of mistakes. Like, the biggest thing there is that I was very impatient. I'm not impatient. A bit too patient when it came to releasing the mini turbos. So I would like to try and, you know, utilize that to an advantage and do that. Who is that, I actually wonder? I'm not entirely sure. I downloaded it thinking it was you. I'm pretty sure. And it's clearly not you. So it's just here on my console now. Oh yeah, that shroom needs work. You're not a furry. Well, there you go. I mean, I thought the me was in reference to Zach's me, because it's like almost identical to him actually. And then the other target, this one's going to be a very big time consumer as well, I think. So I've kind of gone, if you think about it here, I've kind of gone short time consume, long time consume, short time consume, and then this would be the next one, which would be quite long. For sure improve, there you go. So current PB here is that. And I would like to beat this. I think this is going to take a little bit longer to push down than beat Peach Beach, because I've done a lot more work just generally on this track. It was back when I was still turning in wheelies and everything though, because I'm pretty sure that's how I lost my speed there. But I'm pretty sure this is in my vicinity to do this, so let's go. Time is trash here. Put like 30 minutes into this track. You can definitely push it down, Lord Soup. Considering how far you push Peach Beach, you could definitely do this track some justice, for sure. So there we go. I caught up to his lap 3 there. It's not too much of a gap. I definitely think that's doable with a bit of time. It would take me a while though, but I definitely think I could cut to Frost Brulee's time. Now, with this in mind, I have a selection of ghosts that I'd like to play against. We got Alexonies, which I got off Nin ranking, which barely misses the sub 110. Tyler, which he got this time, I think, last year, which he barely got the sub 10. Darren's time, which I think I downloaded in 2018 or something. And then I think, yeah, Frost Brulee's time. Those are the ones that I was considering playing against. Now, Alexonies would be good because, you know, if I do beat his time, then I'm pretty much guaranteed a sub 110, but I'm not too sure whether it's fast enough for me to play against. Tyler's time would be good because obviously if I beat his time, it's also guaranteed a sub 110. And his splits are very consistent as well. The most consistent out of these three ghosts. But I'm a little lenient to play against him because, well, I already play against him a lot, enough as it is on MC3, and I don't want people thinking that I'm like some sort of Tyler addict, even though I technically am. But I just don't want, you know, that to be kind of seen that way, as in like, oh my god, you're playing Tyler's Ghost on a different track. You're kind of targeting him or something, if that makes any sense. And then Darren's Ghost is good too. I think it's actually like a mixture of both of these. Like a decent collection. And then Frostbule's time would obviously make sense because I actually want to beat this time. I'm not just going for sub 110 here. I would like to beat this Ghost specifically because it was the first ever sub 110. But obviously because this was set in like 2008, it's very outdated. So we've got quite a bit of choice on this track, I guess. Yeah, Alexonian, I believe that's how you say his name. I mean, you could always ask him how you pronounce it. I think he still streams on Twitch from time to time. Yeah, so Alexoni's pretty inconsistent in that he kind of goes all over the place a little bit. I think that's Tyler off to the right there. It's either Tyler or Darren. No, Darren's back here. Okay, so Darren is about the same as Alexoni then, if I remember correctly. The one that stands out drifting the most there was Frostbule. I don't know why I keep saying Forest, I don't know. There's that. So Tyler's is the most consistent splits-wise. I'm not entirely sure about the driving. I'm not very akin to the driving on this track anyways, so I can't really properly analyze it, or at least not yet. But if I'm to work on this track, it would be at the beginning of next year. Or like beginning near middle maybe. It'd be whenever 200cc Moo Moo finishes. So there you go. But for the most part, his alignments are pretty clean. Should be a very good Ghost to play against. But as I said, he's I play against him enough as it is already on MC3. Kind of want to give him the benefit of the doubt. If you know what I mean. I don't actually think that's the right saying, is it? There you go. And you've got Darren's time. I don't even know if this is actually still Darren's time, but This is just happens to be the one that I have downloaded of his on my console. He's not as consistent as Tyler, but I think he would still suffice as a decent guide. I mean, he's got a good beginning, actually. Oh, those splits are pretty clean. That's probably why I downloaded his Ghost. Because he must have a really good beginning and then kind of throw it away at the end a little bit, maybe. Yeah. But that's some food for thought when we come back to this track, huh? Something that I'll consider when the time is right. The only other thing that I would like to look into, but I'm not entirely sure yet, I might go straight from Luigi Circuit back to MC3, or I might come here. This is definitely some more unfinished business. I am less than a frame off of second worldwide here, sorry. I am third. But this was the BKT on this track back when I started. Arjun obviously improved it since then. This was the BKT back when I started this time last year, funnily enough. So I would like to try and beat that time, if I can. I'd like to, at my utmost, try and beat that time. And so after Luigi Circuit, I feel like I could come back here and do this track. Now, this one's going to be a very mixed bag, because with this track specifically, I felt like when I went for the 111, that going for this, the 111 sub, sorry, that playing this track would be very frustrating and take quite a while, but it took me a lot shorter amount of time than I was expecting, if that makes any sense. But needless to say, with that in mind, it definitely isn't an easy track to play, and it definitely doesn't mean that it's going to be easy for me to beat this as such. So I don't know how long this would take. It's kind of similar to Peach Beach, but I don't think it would take as long as Luigi Circuit or 200cc Moo Moo, if that makes any sense. So the way that I've laid it out, like I said, it would be short, long, short, long, short, and then MC3 again. If that makes any sense. Which did you say you wanted to play in Mario Kart 7? Melody Motorway. Or Music Park. That makes sense. I need to reinstate my 3DS capture card stuff though first. I've got a lot to do. So I also want to do a bit of casual stuff with that as well. So I might want to like start making a bit of a return to some Mario Kart 7 worldwide, and you know, making use of actually streaming a little more than just Mario Kart 7 time trials on stream. I've been debating getting a new capture card as well, upgrading from the AverMedia LGP to another AverMedia. so I might do that soon. In which case I'll probably have some deluxe worldwide streams as well. Track is difficult, almost have US tops on that. What are the US tops? You could probably help me, Griffin, because I'm not going like ultra hardcore on that track. All I want is a sub 2 minute, because I got sub 2 minute in the Wii U version. That's all I'm really aiming for with this. 148.9, I believe, is where tops start. Oh, there you go then. That's way ahead of me. 149.9, damn, that's a massive distance though. But a lot better than I want. And I feel like I would get, so there you go. So yeah, that's that. There was one other track that I was considering doing, but I'm still not entirely convinced on the premise yet, and that is Ice Cream Sweetland. This was the BKT back, only back until earlier this year. I think Daisy got beat this time with the Bowser bike. It's got like a 202.3, but this was the top 3. We had an awesome threesome top 3 again, like I said. And Fatality's here for some reason. Hooray! We got the awesome foursome. Hey Offie! You missed all the comparisons with my PB and everything, but I'll show you them later. I'm just kind of justifying what the next step is. But how are you doing? Thank God you're here as well. And you're here before and, like, here... But Soupblade hasn't been here today. It's like the first stream he's missed of mine since he, like, first started turning up. Yeah, I think it's bright. So yeah, I distinctively remember seeing Russo putting up some recordings for this track. When he had the BKT for this. This is a former BKT track for him. And Luke took it from him. But looking at Luke's run, Luke didn't get all the chains and he misaligns in some places as well. So I thought maybe with just a bit of learning how the track works, because it's a Daisy track as well, I might be able to take the BKT. This is all the way back when Luke still had the BKT, by the way. But if I remember correctly, this time that Luke has, this 202.5, is still the Mopbike BKT. And so if I feel up for the challenge, then I might give it a go. And see if I can take Mopbike BKT. I was talking to Scorpy about it as well though, and he's expressed some interest in trying the track out for himself as well. So I might not quite get Mopbike BKT if he plays it too. But if I can play the track and at least beat Luke, then, you know, it was a what-if target that I once had for a long period of time that I would have seen through to some extent, which would be nice to finally pull off, I guess. Been pretty good, been super busy today, fair enough. It's okay. You can come and chill out for like the remaining minutes here. And make fun of Soupblade when he turns up like 5 minutes before the end of the stream. Not playing games today because I did my thing, so there you go. But yeah. Still don't know whether I'm going to play this track, but it's on the maybe list. If I do play it at all though, I think this would be another one after or in between an MC3 grind of some sort. These times are so spread out though, so I could quite easily get a time that kind of, if I learnt how this track works well enough, I think I could quite easily get a time that kind of at least sticks within this group of 3. Why this track? Because... oh, fuck. I explained this before I did the comparison. I completely forgot what I said. Because I think when I first saw Luke's BKT here, I saw that it was very inconsistent. And that it could be improved upon by quite a bit. Daisier has since done so with the Bowser bike. He's got like a 202.2, I think. But then I also saw the same thing with Russo's time. And he had this time recorded on his YouTube channel as well. So there's a significance, as in that this track has kind of been... I've kind of had an interest for this track for a while. I love the colours of this track, very vibrant. Lord Soup pointed it out for being very bright. There you go, like he says, the pink burns my eyes, not gonna lie, it's very bright. I will agree with you on that. So this was the BKT only up until recently. And is still the Mopbike BKT as far as I'm concerned. Very outdated Luke style driving here as well, actually. Luke would definitely be more subtle with those soft drifts. So I think this is the area where he does... yeah, he gets a... was that a drop there? I'm pretty sure he got a drop. So if I drive literally slightly as well as this, but get chains, then this should... I could have a chance of beating this. I mean, would hurt to play for a long time. There you go then. Also could have taken that tighter. I think he drops here. No, that was, I think, a chain. But he drops again. He has a massive drop somewhere, I'm pretty sure. It might be Russo, actually. Misalignment there. Bad landing. Decent cut though. And he has to do that. He has to avoid the penguin. If I know that it's there in time, I could probably learn to avoid that. There you go. Not entirely certain about that one, but it's on the maybe list as well. I wonder what the pink is even supposed to be. The penguins have been smothered with the pink as well. Maybe it's like from the Penguins of Madagascar film or whatever. After one of them goes in that machine, they're kind of coloured pink after they come out of it. I know what I'm talking about, but I just do not know how to describe it. I hate this track, not gonna lie, but the pink penguins mean it's 10 out of 10. That's all it is. Right. The only other thing that I would have left to do, I think, is CT-wise. Where are you? Heart of China. Got an update. And I have not played it yet. I love Heart of China. And I worked my fingers to the bone for like 2 weeks after I came back from this track and after I came back to this game in 2017. after playing Dolphin Shoals for 5 months. And one of the first things I did was get the gold star on the old Heart of China. And as this is an update and I've thoroughly liked the new update, I think it's only fair if I gave this a chance to get the gold star. But again, that is a what if, and I don't know where it would come into. It would be somewhere within the time frame between now and achieving my future targets on MC3. But we'll see. But that's all I have in mind for now. Everything else is just we'll figure it out when we get to it sort of thing. I would also still like to try and challenge wherever the fuck it is. Try and challenge this ghost of Lewis's, but I think that's going to come down. That's way off in the distant future, if I can ever become an actual good Mario Kart player. And then I'd also want to give this a go, because believe it or not, I was once a time where I actually liked this track. What the hell is my PB here? That? Jeez. So I kind of want to be in the vicinity of Tyler's ghost. Ironically, again, but he's kind of annihilated me here. I'm actually going to take a look at this now. If you do ever wear the penguin suit, make sure you spray pink all over it. I don't want to do that. Oh, I do 111. That's what I'm doing now. That's why I'm ahead of Tyler. Jeez, how on earth did I play this track? This track makes you want to cry. Is it because of the cars? Oh god! Okay, there's definitely room for improvement. I think this is just a one-off time that I randomly got out of nowhere. Yeah, the cars. Why don't you just play the carless version? Brett played. Moonview low way, oh god. I didn't use any shrooms there. I didn't even notice where I'd been using the shrooms, and my god, that car almost took me out. That would have not been the dinner date that I wanted to go on. Because I would have ended up getting fucked. It's going to sound really weird out of context. Did I jump over the boost panel? Oh my god, you idiot. Cars would be very unofficial, but at least you'll be able to experience the track without cars. You feel bad for these cars. They're just driving an endless loop. It's true. They are stuck there for an eternity, but then again, so are you. As the driver driving the track, or any of these tracks for that matter, you are technically stuck there. There's not really a way to escape. For the most part, you are stuck there. I can relate to the struggle of the cars. Alright, Offie, are you still there? Because if you are still there, and you are eagerly waiting for my beautiful voice to caress your ears with the information that I'm about to unveil, then I shall do so. If you are not there, then I will not bother. And I will go and jump out the window and call it a night. Otherwise, I will show you this mess of a time achievement. I don't know. Make MC3 in Minecraft, thanks, bye. Do you know, I actually considered that as a thing. Not necessarily like making it as such in Minecraft by hand, but taking the OBJ model from the game, exporting it into Minecraft, into a Minecraft world, and then doing it back in reverse. So like once you get it in there, I think you can only import OBJs as one element, so you'd have to rebuild the structure with all the different things to have it make sense. But then once it's back in, what is it form? Yeah, once it's like in its completed form, then re-extract it. So you take the Minecraft rebuild and remake it so it can be used as a texture on this game, if that makes sense. So I take the OBJ from this game, take it to a completely different game, recreate it, then use what I made in that game to recreate a texture for this game. That's something that I wanted to do. Hello Bint, thank you for the 3 and the 6 and the 6 bits. Thank you. I was about to replay my run for Offie and explain what I was going to do next in the future. Was that enough for Banana? Thank God. Still here eagerly waiting for your beautiful voice to caress my ears with information. Perfect. Okay. Well, I'll get the information bit out the way first and then we'll go with the run, shall we? Okay, information. So, as you know, my main aim as of recently was to just try and beat the 118.4s on this track and get a 118.3 and finish. I have been able to do that. As you can see, this is the time that I've got. It is there on the side of the screen with the splits as displayed. And if you look closely at the splits, you will see that Floopy is hidden behind them. And no one noticed! God damn it. Oh yeah, and also another bonus Easter egg that nobody noticed. I've been changing the colour of the glasses of my MC3 PB. So these ones were red, the last ones were golden, and these ones were orange. But yes, sidetracking. At the beginning of the year, my target, or my overall year target, which I still held until now, was to beat this time. So this was 10th European when I started the track, and at the beginning of this year, and until Scorpy and Fatality played and beat it for themselves in June, it was still 10th European. It still kind of stood as my target, and I have beaten it. This time is an extra bonus. This one will always hold a good space dear in my heart. This, as far as I can remember, or believe, if not one of Nobuo's earlier times, this was the very first time that I saw, the very first world record that I saw for this track. The very first record that I downloaded back in the day. This time, 118.372, back in 2015 and 16, was 10th worldwide when I first started going ham on this track, back in the day as well. And I've just beaten it. So yeah, in two forms, I never expected I would have got this high up on the leaderboards. Unfortunately, we're still losing to Jake by 2 milliseconds. In fact, there's a 2 millisecond gap between the two of us. The three of us, actually, either side, which is interesting. But yeah, we got that. So, future. The future of this track, for me. As I've got a 0.3 and I've got my overall year target, I don't intend to play this track for the rest of the year. And as I was describing, I've got other targets that I'm going to be focusing on in between that. I'm going to try returning to Mario Kart 7 and doing a time trial on Melody Motorway. I want to try and go back to Moo Moo Meadows 200cc on Deluxe and grind that for a little bit. Peach Beach, I showed that earlier with my PB and Lord Soup gave his verdict. I'm going to go for at least a 114.5 sub, at the very, very least. I'm going to go for the Luigi Circuit Frost Bule sub. So Frost Bule is the person who first ever subbed 1 minute 10, got a 1 minute 933, and I would like to try and beat that time. I showed Baby Park earlier. I want to try and beat that time. I want to try and beat Arjun's 836 because that was BKT when I first started the track. And I showed Ice Cream Sweetland as a contendable time. Don't know whether or not I'll do that track yet. If then, or a lot further on in the future. But as far as I'm concerned, Baby Park, after we've done that, which would probably be middle of next year at the very latest, we come back to this. Very long break. Very well deserved in my opinion. We're going to be gunning for this. Or at least I hope we'll still be gunning for this, because this is still 10th European at the moment. And I contend it quite nicely still with my current run. In fact, I almost beat this run on lap 3. I don't know if you saw that, Sean. Hello again, by the way. But I almost beat this run on lap 3. If it wasn't for my poor shroom, I almost beat this because Jimbo hit the dirt. And if I did beat this time, not only would I have got European tops, but I would have had to wear the penguin suit. So yeah, maybe. But yeah, so that will be the next target when I return here. I'll be racing against this Ghost. This is the first, as far as I am aware at least, the first Daisy Mop Bike time to use triple mini turbo that Luke ever set. I'll be racing against this, and hopefully not long after I beat this time, I'd beat this time. And then, at the very most, at least as far as I can conceive at this moment in time, I want to beat this time on this track. This time, like Nobuo's 372, holds a dear place to my heart because when I first started, it was 3rd worldwide. And I would like to try and see if I have what it takes to actually achieve that. And then everything else past that is, well, we won't discuss that. Ever. But yeah, that's my thing. That's what I'm gonna talk about. We will watch the PB back now. If Bint is still here, I will compare against him if he wants to, because I haven't done that yet, but otherwise I'll just watch it solo and comment on it back, and then do a bit of comparing between the most significant ghosts that I was talking about earlier. But there you go, there's my rambling. Hope you're satisfied with that one. Let's see, what else did we see? We do love Floopy. Progress, many things. A man on many missions. Slowly but surely. Your name is Boat Cow to Soup. Why? very well deserved break will probably be helpful for you to get away from this track for a little bit too. Have a break, indeed. As justified, that's going to be a very long time. It'll be a while before I actually come back here. But I'm definitely not done. That's the most important part that you have to remember. I am definitely, absolutely definitely not done with this yet. Okay? Absolutely definitely. But this is a good place to end it for now. Do we ask questions or just smile and ignore the boat adventures? That is a good question. What was said? Sean likes to ride boats in caves and cows and anywhere but water. Oh, this sounds like a Minecraft related thing. Because Sean and Soup are in Jacob's Minecraft server. Which is also something I'm going to look into playing again now because I've got this. Right. Let's take a look back at the PB. Sorry to keep you waiting, Offie. Please don't stand on my toes. I don't know what I just said that for. Alright, this is the first time I'm looking at it solo as well, so this is going to be interesting. So that beginning was average. This is average. Triple mini turbo slightly below average, I want to say. As was the hairpin. This shroom is I hate that the most out of the whole run. That shroom is awful. But I compensated well, I guess. Still got a low 2. That wasn't good. This was the worst triple mini turbo in the run. Hairpin was okay. Shroom, that was probably the best shroom of the run. But this was late. And this went slightly too far to the left. So 126, that's very low. I had no nerves. And this is why this lap came out so good. That triple is probably the best I've ever done it on a lap 3. It still hit the dirt a little bit there though. But then this. Early shroom. Wide shroom. Lost a hell of a lot of time. And I got a decent ending turn for what it was worth. Standing on your toes right now, you terrible human being. Oh, not my toes. Not my toes, please. Boatcraft is the actual name of the game, not Minecraft. What's that? Right, cool. So, Sean, you're going to shout at me for this one because you wanted penguin suit. And, yeah, I avoided it by doing a shit shroom. Are you ready to see how I avoided it? Are you ready to get a headache over this? My time versus 10th European. Here we go. Interesting about this comparison, and most comparisons between me and Jimbo, is that I'm leading on him more often than the higher 0.3s in the list. Right. Very happy for you. You've poured so much time and effort into this track. I have. And thank you, Offie. It's all paid off, and it will even more in the future. I hope so. This is a lot higher on the track than I was ever thinking I would get. I didn't plan to go past the 119.8s with this track after I'd finished that. And look where I am now. I've exceeded that by over a second, which is absolutely monumental on this track. Anyways, here we go. Are you ready, Sean? You're not ready for this. You're not ready. You don't know what you're missing. You don't know what the penguin suit could have happened. Could have been. Boop! And no thanks. There you go. Yeah. It cost a mid sub 26, Jake, I think. I'm pretty sure. Offie, may I please borrow your plastic bag? Hello, Bradley. Happy birthday. I know it's your birthday now because it's like been but your birthday for 45 minutes. I hope you're well, old goose. Welcome to the true age. You can now be like, back in my day, to all of the kids that play this game. How do you feel? You're good. Good to hear. I got this. I finally got this. I don't have to play this for the rest of the year. I can play with you. If you play Mario Kart Wii today/tomorrow on stream or something. And I'm in more of a good mood about it. And what's better as well, my best lap splits, they now give 118, 216 if I've added them up correctly. 118, 216. You better be proud, otherwise I'm not going to be proud of myself. I was just explaining as well. I lost to European tops. I lost to 10th European on the very last turn, on the very last bit. Because Jimbo hit the hairpin on lap 3, and then I just took a really wide shroom. But I still got a best lap 3 in my PB. So it was a horrible ending, but I still got a best lap 3. And I beat my end of year target. This was my target for this year. I beat it by 2 milliseconds. And there you go. Let me just double check. 2, 3. It's 209. Oh, I must have added it up wrong. Sorry, it's not 216. God damn it. I disappointed you. I apologize. I'll go and throw myself out the window. Yeah, what else is being said? Hold on, let's see. I have literally been doing comparisons the entire time. I've been talking about what my plans are next for the track and the game. As Offie came in, I was telling her all about it. And now Bradley's here too, so I can tell him all about it. Drunk Bradley is 21. Are you still streaming, Bradley? So I could give you a present if you are. Yes, you are. Oh, sweet. I will have presents for you then. Shh! Don't tell yourself that. It's a surprise, okay? I don't expect you to play tonight. What, like right now? Right this moment, nah. But tomorrow, maybe. If I have a plastic bag, we'll all get to have a plastic bag communism. Oh yeah, Jake hasn't... Well, you've done Souplade's one, but Souplade's not turned up this entire stream. So he would be missing out his. You're playing Among Us with Scyther and friends. Fair enough. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. Me getting a gift sub to Tom? No. Get your own sub. Gift a sub to yourself, god damn it. I did soup plates, but that was for you to join call that one time. Still a J can tell. It might not be relevant to this stream, but it's still a J can tell that you owe to soup plate. Someone already gave me a sub to Tom this month. I think Sean meant himself, Bradley, but at least you've already got the sub, so you can be like, yay. In chat with sword emotes. Where are they? I just realised I got a load of custom emotes to you, or of you in my chat for some reason. I think Logan put them there ages ago. There we go. That's for you, Bradley. No one else take it. You're not allowed it. Just for Bradley. In fact, if anyone else accepts it as their own, you're banned permanently. Okay? Good. Hey Lois. Hey Lewis. How are you doing? You're just in time for the comparison. Again, I was going to show Bradley and now I'm going to show this. Are you ready? Are you ready to see how I could have had European tops and I could have had a mid 25.9 and I just decided to take the widest shroom of existence and just lose it all. Lewis. I actually tried saying Lois and said Lewis instead there. What the hell? Right. Here we go. This one's on the house for like the third time. Are you ready? Here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at how this bastard plays the track then, shall we? So we start off with a very kind of average beginning. Better than Jimbo, though. And a very average triple mini turbo. But it's not the worst. It's not the worst in the run. This is alright. And that was disgusting. That was my least favourite part of the entire fucking run. That one shroom, I hate it. I hate that one bit. But we're still good. We're still in contention. We're still in contention. Alright. This was alright. This is the worst triple mini turbo in the run. It's quite late. Quite slow. That was good. Caught back up. This was the best shroom in the run. And it was still quite far to the left. So I had to do that just a little bit later. But I compensated for the last turn well, I feel. And are you ready for this? Are you ready? This was the best entrance into lap 3 that I've ever had. The best triple mini turbo that I've had on a lap 3. Jimbo hits the dirt. Could beat him. Could still beat him. Shroom too early and went too wide. That's all I have to say about that. I wasn't nervous as well because of lap 2. My target times when I finally achieved them seemed to be very vivid with this. I'm pretty sure you already know this already, Lewis. Because lap 2 was as slow as it was, I was not concerned about it whatsoever. I just wasn't nervous. So I went all out lap 3. I was just completely fine playing the thing. Just wasn't even concerned. Just wanted to finish the run. And I finished a 118.3. So there you go. Oh yeah, and happy Halloween as well. But it's not Halloween anymore. It's Bradley-ween or whatever. Bradley's birthday. It's Bradley's birthday today. I got that PB for Bradley. He's an old fart now, like the rest of us. He's joined the OG group, Lewis. He's 21. I am in a good mood. I'm happy about that, because this game's just been like, fuck you, all this time. And you know what's good about it as well? I finally did the thing that you wanted me to do. I beat Nobuo's Ghost. And I beat Thomas. Thomas was my overall year target for this year. And I beat him by 2 milliseconds. If Scorpion Fatality did not play European top, did not play this track, I would have European tops right now. As far as I'm concerned, if no one else sits between me and Lucas, then I technically have 12th European now, which is definitely something to be proud of, I guess. My mum's birthday is also in November the 1st. Sweet. Sweet, indeed. Did I miss anything else? Nice, nice, nice. Well, wish your mum a happy birthday from me and tell her that I got the sub. Don't tell her anything else, just tell her that out of context. And that will be the present that she deserves. Right. So let's take a look at some of these squiffy comparisons. And then I think this will be it from me. So this was the time I wanted to beat, and I beat it, so I'm happy. I'm not happy with the run, but I'm happy with the time, if that makes any sense. And that's me done for this year. But I'm not done with the track overall. That's definite, for definite. So I hit the dirt in that triple. It was tight, but it was like a little too tight in areas, and I hit the dirt. You'll tell our student leveled up. He's officially a nerd now. Oh yeah, I got that like 1 pixel boost panel shit. That's what carried me ahead of both Thomas and Nobuo, because I just hit slightly more of the boost panel. And now for the comparison I think you'd love to see, Lewis. I will take a break. I'm going to take a really big break now, actually. Not intending to come back to this track until, at the very earliest, sort of like within the first third of next year. I've got other projects that I'm going to work on. One in which is Luigi Circuit. I'd like to beat Frost Bulay's first sub on that track. I'm actually going to not focus on time trialing in this game for a little while though. I'm going to do a bit other places there. There and abouts. You can help you with that. That'll be cool. I think I still have your 0.6 that you told me to get. Or, well, you told me to get and then I revealed that I had it already. Yeah, 109.6. I was actually looking at some of the 109.9s in my collection earlier, and I was just trying to think which one would be good to race against. If I wanted to do it. I'd probably just go solo with Luigi Circuit though, I think. But we'll see. It's not until at least next year, because I wanted to do some other stuff, other time trials outside of this game first. So here we go. The big time loss. And then I just got a slightly better boost panel alignment and beat him. That'll be my comparison in the video. I will multi-ghost against Nobuo's, so you can see that unfold in all its glory. So, for you, Lewis, I'll explain. I'm going to take a break with this track. Oh, compared to you, I will do that. Whose perspective do you want? Bint. Yours. Cool. Cool. I think you're going to absolutely debt me on that too, right? Your that 2 suck because of 2 factors, the shortcut and the most obvious. Shortcut is the most obvious, and the other mistake is the entrance of your second lap. Interesting. It's annoying as well because that's the best shortcut in the run. So that means my shrooms in this whole run were pretty shit. For the most part. I hate this one though, on that one the most. I hate it so much. Look how disgusting that is. My lap is good until shortcut. Okay. So you're kind of on the same sort of... We might be pretty close for the most part then. So you can see how bad that triple was there actually, because I think you gained on me almost with that double. There we go. And I think that's you behind me for the rest of it now, isn't it? At least for the most part. Maybe you'll come back on at the shroom. No, that's that. Oh, you gained on me just a tiny bit there. That's cool. They still do, but they've improved a lot. If you compare lap 2 to lap 1 and 3, I think it's the worst one. Actually, if you compare... this time last year, I had a 118.573. If you compare that to how I do my endings now, then there is a noticeable difference. They still obviously need improving, but there is a noticeable difference. And I have gotten better at just pulling it off as well. I'm starting to feel the difference, so I know what I'm doing wrong. But this consistency is the problem. Did you watch it? I think I was too early for the most part. Wasn't I? Time for a music stream? A music stream? Did I say I would do that? I don't remember saying I'd do that. But I guess I don't have any music in mind. Or like anything to do with music or other. I guess I did. If I did say that a long time ago, it's kind of been just shoved to the back of my mind. Oh yeah, I was going to explain what I was going to do differently before I did comparison between me and Bint. Why did I say it like that? So yeah, so what I'm going to do now, Lewis, I think is going to first of all take a break. I was actually going to do that anyways, which is why this this attempt was achieved off stream because I was gonna be doing offline streams until the end of the first week of November. What I was gonna do to then come back is I was gonna go back to Mario Kart 7, and I was gonna play there briefly to try and get a sub on Melody Motorway, sub 2 minutes. And then what I was going to do is go to Deluxe and play 200cc on Moo Moo Meadows on Deluxe. So I'm not really going to be that focused on Mario Kart Wii for a while. Time trialing. And then when I come back, which should hopefully be in the new year, I said I was going to do Peach Beach for at least a 114.4. Luigi Circuit for the Frost Brûlée sub. And then Baby Park before I come back to this. And in my head, I had an idea for this track. So it's going to be a really long break. So I can kind of replenish my thoughts and feelings of this. This is obviously still on the table, and I'm very much going to try and go for that. We're in the same point park. We've both got 118.3s now, so we're in the same area with this. It's 10th European, so going for European tops, hopefully. No one else disturbs that in the meantime. I'm currently, as far as I can tell, 12th European, which is decent. But I'm going to carry on. So that's what I'm going to aim for at the very least upon returning. I'm going to come back and race this ghost. This is the ghost that I'm going to change to from Tyler's 088 because, as I'm sure Bin and Lewis, you'd both agree, is that I think the racing Tyler's ghost has become a bit stale to me now. And I need to at least change it up or not race a ghost at all to help progress a little bit. And in the long run, although I'd like to get European tops, in the long run I'd like to beat this ghost and hopefully at the very most take it all the way up to this. Alright, I would like to, at the very most with this track, don't know whether I can or not yet, but at the very most I would like to beat this time, because there was once upon a time when I was playing this track and this time, this 271 was 3rd worldwide. I mean, technically I would bop him if I actually managed to beat this time. And that would technically give me 3rd UK, which I feel like I kind of deserve after getting this 0.3. Because if I got this 0.3 before Fatality and Scorpy played the track, then this would actually be 3rd UK at the moment. But it's more so to do with Roy's time, be it that this is a very pivotal time for me. Again, like Nobuo's time. Fatality just happens to be there. If that makes any sense. I guess it would be a bonus as well. I guess I could technically play Fate. I haven't actually compared Fatality and my Ghost together at all. Actually, I've never compared the two of us. But yeah, at the very most at the moment, I'd like to beat that 271. But this is the distant future that we're talking about. At the very least, this would be something that I'd be considering at this time next year, if that makes any sense. That shroom, I hate it so much. He's going to do that better than me? He did the last turn better than me. Wait, what? Why is his lap 1 so slow? What? Why? Okay. Well, now he's going to be ahead, surely, for the rest of the lap. I'm going to catch up a little bit here. That's too far to the right. You should look at my 019 lap 3. You have an 019? When did you get that? I didn't even know. But there you go. That's my plan with this track. And that's my plan, I guess, with this game in the long run as well. Other long-term targets as well. Lewis, you'll be happy with this. I'd like to try giving this a go. And I'd like to see if I can contend your time any on this track. But this is in the distant future, after I've gone to town with the 0.2 attempts, I guess. And then I was talking to, I was saying this earlier on stream as well, I also like to give Moonview a go. Ironically, Tyler, it's not that he's the target specifically, but he is ironically within the vicinity that I want to aim for. I currently got this, which is, I guess, a one-off time just looking at how it plays. Yeah, that's that. This has been an interesting stream considering all I've done is talk and compare ghosts for the most part. Let's see. It was my PB before my 0.3. I see. I think I don't remember this entirely. Oh, you're 407! Now I remember. Okay. We like talking. Sean hates GB2. I'm okay with GB2, but I don't think I can take it too much further. I've utilized it as a warm-up track with Mop Bike, and I've took it all the way down to a 53, but it's really fast pace. It's really hard to play this track. I know I beat Blaze's sub 54 with the Mop Bike though, which I guess is cool, unless he's got another one by now. It's nearly the same as MC3 besides the shortcut, which is kind of random. I think the way that I would compare it, the only way that it compares to MC3 is it's constantly the end part of the track, in my opinion. The way that you play the whole of GB2 almost is the same as playing... It's the same as playing just the ending of MC3 over and over and over again. And the ending of MC3 is my least favourite part of the track. It's probably my least favourite part of anything ever in this entire game, actually. So to make a comparison like that, I guess you're kind of right in a way, Bint. But this is an old time. I either got this last year or the year before. And my driving, just in general with the game, has improved since, but there's only so much further I feel like I can take it, and I'm not too fussed about the overall time. I wanted a 54 sub and then just left it here. And it's more or less a warm-up track to MC3, I guess. The shrooms could be better, I'm pretty sure, and maybe this section could be driven a little better as well, but otherwise this, I feel, honestly, is pretty solid for me. I don't have any intention coming back here. I guess you can see how much it could probably go down by just comparing my top 4 together. Shit second to last turns. Oh, there you go then. I think Bint's had more experience with me on this track then. So I wouldn't know really too much about this. These times are so close together if you look at them. This is like some of the closest top 10 I've ever had, the top 5 even. It is satisfying to see though, like tons of ghosts doing this all at the same time. If I was ever to contend another UK top though, if I really did try and fill this one out with Bowser Bite, this would probably be the next one. And the only other one that I could at least somewhat contend. It feels really sad though, thinking that MC3 is the only UK top I have, and then I'm not even remotely close on any other track. But that's how it is. That's how my interests kind of roll. The course is short. It does not rely on luck wheelies. Any good person with general knowledge of the game can get at least a 53. Soft drifting is important in that track. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but whatever. I don't know, I don't have any interest in that track. There isn't one that I do have an interest in that I always forget. Wherever it is. Bastard, where are you? There we are. I'd like to do this with the Magi. I'd like to sub 23, I think. Or at least I had the aspiration of subbing 23 for a little bit. This is what I managed to get. And it's just random one afternoon before I went on the train somewhere. So I think I got this, and I sent it to Jacob, and I got on the train. And then when I got off the train at the other side and connected my tablet to some Wi-Fi and watched Jacob stream, he'd already beaten my my ghost. Your PR was a 125 on this track. I beat Lewis in something, yay! PRs come as you have time to play with the game, yeah, that's true. I've especially had a lot of time this year because of the lockdown and everything. I'm still as redundant as I was in March, and the UK is officially going into a proper second lockdown now as well. And I've barely seen anybody. I'm doing that section wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm losing a shit ton of time there. If I just do it like with one drift and release mini turbo and then re-wheelie like he's doing it, I'd quite easily pick up the pace on this track. Imagine having a national lockdown. God. I don't even want to think about the USA right now. My dad was watching the news, the BBC's coverage of the presidential elections over there yesterday, and he was just laughing at the clips with Trump and everything. It's I don't even want to think about it. And I'm not even from the US. It's just, what? Anyways, no, I know. I get what you were talking about. It was funny as that. As fuck. Yeah. Oh god. Hope he doesn't get voted in again, I guess. Voted for Biden, but I think Trump is funny. Yeah, oh, he's such a, like, the best way I can put it is like he's such a meme president. I think someone else has like used that term before. Because people have just messed up everything that he's been saying and all that shit. Like on YouTube and stuff. Right. So yeah, I think that's done for this today. What are the words that come to your mind when you think about British people? How would you describe them? I assume you're talking about bint. And I feel like me and his answer would be very different. Because honestly, if you want me, my one description, the one way that I would truly feel shows British people the best, just watch The In-Betweeners. I think if you have no idea how British life is like, what the hell doing stuff like in Britain is like, for especially for people around my age or younger, then just watch The In-Betweeners. It's just the best way that I could show you. I may be biased. I had Trump rallies on while I'm TTing to keep me busy. Oh my god, that was what was happening in one of my offline sessions. I was watching Tom's stream the other day, and he watched the Trump rally where Trump was constantly interrupting everything and just ignoring everybody. And so I was technically watching that with Tom while I was time trial myself. Right. I think this is still broken, isn't it? That was a debate. Oh my god, that's even worse. You owe me a call? We should make a Discord party? Oh god, no. Oh fuck, it's November. Yeah. Go and wish Bradley a happy birthday. I'll be rendering him? I'll be raiding him after this. Or like right now. Hosting, raiding, whatever. So we can all do that. They had to make new rules for the second debate. That is grotesque. Oh god. Right, hold on. I think the database is still down, isn't it? So yeah. For a little bit of information, I haven't been able to upload my 0.3 on the Chadsoft database because been announced in his server earlier today that some people have been able to get onto the leaderboards with hack times because of some added exploits, and as such Bean and Chadders I think have stopped uploading to the Ghost database, halted people being able to upload to the database in order to fix this. Now, last time this took place, there was an update which denied any times that weren't uploaded to the database at a set point in time not to be uploaded. And I feel like, I don't know for certain, because I'm in no way contacted to Bean or Chadders or anything, or anybody dealing with this, but I feel as if Bean, once he's fixed this, I'm not going to be able to upload my 0.3 to the database, or at least I would, but it won't show up on the leaderboards because of the hack time fix, which is going to be such a bummer if that is the truth. I'm going to be so upset with that if that's the case. But it's up on in rankings, so if you want it, let me know and I'll send a link so that you can download it off in rankings. Anybody. I'll be putting up a video within the next few days. Why did I do that? Oh, okay. You know what? I know why I did that. I'm not going to explain why I did that. Moving on. Should make a Discord party. It would be fun. It does not have to last that long. Give it a 13-minute test. Oh god, but there'll be like 20 people in there and it sounds like it would be disgusting. Let's see. Bean cord. That was the last update. Status update 1. Just finished working for the day, going to bed. I've been working for about 12 hours. Chad has worked for about 9. Thanks to prior work on fixing these exploits since we did have info beforehand on them. The rate of progress is very good. Current goal is to have the Ghost database back within 7 days. It may come sooner if things keep progressing smoothly. So, I don't think I can upload it. We'll take a look. Hello Neptune and Chavis, welcome. Yes, new PB. I got the 0.3. I beat Nobuo's time, 372. And I beat Thomas's time, 368, which was my overall end of year, my overall target for the end to have by the end of this year. It was also 10th European when I first started going for it, but as Scorpion Fatality played the track, I wasn't able to achieve it as 10th European. I am now 12th, but there you go. And thank you for the congrats. What's your new goal? At the moment in time, to have a break. So I explained this earlier to, several times. I got a 0.3, that was my main goal. So I'm going to be stopping. I'm going to be going to Mario Kart 7 briefly to try and sub 2 minutes on Melody Motorway. I'm going to be going to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to try and get a sub 1 minute on 200cc Moo Moo Meadows. That's going to take a while to do, at least a couple of months, I think. I'll come back to this game after that, and I'm going to play Peach Beach to get at least a 114.4. I want to then go to Luigi Circuit to try and beat Frost Bule's first sub 110. I am going to, and then I may or may not play Baby Park to try and beat Arjun's 836. And after all that is done, I will come back to MC3. In the short run, at least as of now, European Tops is still very easily in my vicinity. This 0.3 that I got is technically a European Tops fail of the current 10th European. I will be going for that when I first come back. I have a 118.308, which Luke set as the very first triple mini turbo mock bike time, 118.308, which I'm aiming to play against and hopefully beat. And then in the long run, and currently my biggest target on this track is to beat 118.271 by a player called Roy. Because back when I first grinded this track, that time was 3rd worldwide. And as he had the region set to the UK, I used to think that it was the UK record as well. So it'd be very significant if I can beat that, and we'll go from there. We'll see where things go from there, if that makes any sense. Sound good? Well, it doesn't matter if it sounds good or not to you. I'm going to do it anyways. So yeah. What else was I going to say? That's just regarding time trials. What are we going to play for November? Lots of things. Probably, I wanted to return to Minecraft to play that with friends, but that's not going to be a streamed thing. That's just going to be casually in the sidelines with them. I'm going to be working on Mario Kart 7. I'm also going to be doing some worldwides in that game and Interlux. And I'm going to probably be returning to Wii Fit U as well at some point to finish off the games in that. I've been debating upgrading my capture card to a new Ava Media. So I'm probably going to look into that as well. And that will probably determine what I do next. But yeah, there's that stuff. So yeah. But regarding MC3, technically on break now. That's not uploading, so I would assume I can't do anything to do with that now. Considering Chavis and Neptune have just come in, I will show the PB once again before I finish off. Speaking of which, he's having a rally right now. Oh, Jesus Lord, that I could only imagine how well that is going. Oh, here we go. So as I was saying, this is European tops. I at the very least want to go for that now. This is the Ghost I'm going to be racing against and hopefully beat in the long run. And then at the very long, distant future, I want to beat this time. And this is my run in comparison to 10th European currently. And thank you for the bread convo, Lord Soup. I assume that means you have to abscond, so take it easy. You've seen this run more than enough now. And you might be ahead of Shadow, who knows. That shroom, still my least favourite part of this run. You'll stay to the end, fair enough. Okay. Just putting in that bread combo right there, right now then, huh? It's the worst triple mini turbo of the run. The worst lap of the run. As this lap 2 was so bad though, I wasn't even nervous in this lap 3. Hence why it's the best lap split and a sub 26 failed lap. Jimbo hits the dirt there, so I could overtake him, but I have a shit shroom, which allows him to just jump back in front of me and take the biscuit. Which is also why I lost the 25-second lap. There you go. And this is going to be the comparison that goes up on YouTube. Oh, the VivBot site's not working on my computer. Did I click the right link? I did. Okay. I think I might need to restart my Mac. Actually, the same lap. The lap 2 split is the same as Tyler's lap 1 split. Here we go. Boop. And done. There we go. That's the run. Thank you for watching again, I guess. Right, I have nothing else to do now. So it's not on Chadsoft yet, like I said. Chadsoft database is down, and as it's been taken, as uploading Ghosts there has been halted because of current exploits being utilized to get like hack times on there. I don't think my 0.3 is going to show up, sadly. So I will, for the next 5 or 6 months, probably have a 118.412 as my run there. But who knows? We'll check it out in a couple of days when I can actually use the thing properly again, huh? We'll see. I'm gonna head off once again. Congrats on the PB and good night, everyone. Take it easy then, Offie. Thanks for popping by. It was a pleasure to talk to you, and it felt fantastic to share that progress with you as well, my friend. So sleep well. Thank you as always, and hope you have a good night yourself. How do you think Tom would feel if he saw that? Let's see what it is. I can't see what it is on here. I'll have to open it up on my laptop. Let's see. You're putting fucking sword eyes in his goddamn chat. Is this on Twitch? Why does Trump have the fucking Twitch account? I like how someone's just spammed stop streaming at the top here. In fact, I like actually how people are just spamming emotes and shit in the chat. Just memeing about. My God, Donald Trump on Twitch. You could gift Donald Trump a subscription to Tom. Oh my God, that is a terrible thing. Why is he on here? Oh God. Please no one do that now. Please no one do that to anybody. To me, no one. Just don't do that. Please. I'm gonna end off before I say too much here. What emotes does he have? Oh Jesus Lord, I hope he has none. It'd be like a smug little picture of him just like, I'm ruining lives. That's what his face says to me whenever he smiles. Alright. Where are we going today then? Well, I think there's only one answer, and that's www.twitch.tv/broodlie slash broodlie. Booblie. I don't know what I'm doing. Please stop. Please stop me. Thank you for the bread combo. Right. Hopefully I can raid. Right, so just a little bit of added news just at the end here. I was going to take a week break beginning November, just not streaming and doing anything. That's still going to happen. And I wasn't actually going to stream today, but I got a PB and I just wanted to talk about it and my further ideas about what I'm hoping to do for the future of this game. And I've done that, so I'm ending off. Going to raid Bradley. Not going to stream for a week, and then probably going to come back and after I've been able to set up and decide on what I'm going to do next. Take it easy, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for all your support towards this. I've been working on it a hell of a lot. A lot of people who are here and have watched this and have come to express congrats. Not just on stream, but over Discord and over Twitter and everything. Have been there since when I first started this, and then some as well. Especially Lord Soup as well. You've been here for ages. And Lewis and Bin. Everybody, just thank you. Because it's really helped to keep me motivated with this track and keep me motivated with the game and have some optimism. As you know, I'm a very pessimistic person, and it's very difficult to try and see myself to be much better than I am at times. But with all the support and everything that I've received, I've been able to believe that, and I'm proud that I've been able to develop that change, that positive change in me, and hopefully it's kind of a little back and forth, you know, just have that positive change for someone else as well. I'm gonna raid Bradley. Hopefully this will let me raid him. Wish him a happy birthday, because our man's now 21. Which is the literal shit age. Except, actually no, that's 19. If you're 19, you're shit. But if you're 21, you're old. Take it easy. Thank you, everybody, for all the love and support again. And I'll see you again whenever I see you.